positioning of the sun, everybody. Sorry about that. The name is Will Henning, and welcome back to another episode of the Hunger Games Simulator. Last time we did Sega characters, and this time we are doing Peppa Pig characters as suggested by Stephanie Tussie Arms on YouTube. You really don't really. I was about to say you really don't really need to know introductions, but here's the main pig family: the little brat, the tinier brat, the irresponsible dad, the irresponsible mom, the responsible grandparents who don't get enough time. Friend 1, best friend number 2, consistently memed to death, hence this photo. Pedro, cowboy, child of workaholic mom. Tall, child of a scammer. Has a trunk. Where the hell are his parents? He is raised by his granddad who just wants to go sailing on the sea. Is a cat. Is disabled. Is shy. Lives in the woods. Is an unrecognizable twin. Is the other unrecognizable twin. Mr. Potato Head ripoff. Teacher. Bull in a china shop joke. Dead. Now that that's all being said and done with our cast introductions, I'll root for George because he has a blue shirt, and I always felt bad for that little shit. He just wanted to play with his dinosaurs. And Danny. Sure, I'll do the Danny dog too. Let's proceed. As the tributes run from their podiums, the horn sounds. Gerald runs away from the cornucopia. Susie takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. The grandpa runs away. The dad runs away. The Belinda and the mother run away. Candy receives a trident from inside the cornucopia. The queen finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Pedro and Peppa run away. Zoe finds a bag full of explosives. George runs away from the cornucopia. Madame Gazelle, Pandora, and Emily work together to get as many supplies as possible. Molly severely slices Mr. Bull with a sword. Danny and Freddy run away from the cornucopia. Granny, Mr. Potato, Rebecca, and Peggy share everything they gather before running. Mandy finds a bag full of explosives. Peggy makes a slingshot. Pedro explores the arena. Belinda questions her sanity. Emily searches for firewood. George practices archery. Freddy discovers a river. Molly begs for Danny to kill her. He refuses, keeping Molly alive. Peppa tries to spearfish with a trident. Rebecca receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Granny explores the arena. Mandy searches for a water source. The Queen travels to higher ground. Zoe and Madame Gazelle work together for the day. Pandora and Gerald fish. Mr. Potato makes a wooden spear. Susie questions her sanity. The dad tries to spearfish the trident. I can't bring myself to say daddy. If I have a kid, I'll feel uncomfortable, but I'll get over it. Candy receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Grandpa is pricked by thorns of picking berries. The mom discovers a river. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Mr. Bull from District 12. So we are down to 23 survivors, and somehow the Queen is one of them. Pedro tends to his wounds. Gerald tends to Molly's wounds. Emily tries to sing himself to sleep. Mommy sees a fire but stays hidden. Peggy and Peppa sleep in shifts. The Queen and Zoe hold hands. Candy, Mr. Potato, Freddy, Belinda, and Grandpa sleep in shifts. George sees a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Rebecca and Madame Gazelle run into each other and decide truce for the night. Susie, the dad, the Grana, the Grammy, Mandy and Pandora sleep in shifts, and Danny receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. The Granny begs for Pandora to kill her. She refuses, keeping Granny alive. Peggy practices archery. Freddy, Candy, Zoe, the dad, and Emily hunt for other tributes. The Queen and Belinda work together to drown Peppa. They said, "Nope, you ain't got no main character syndrome." Mandy unknowingly eats toxic berries. George constructs a shack. Pedro and Grandpa work together for the day. Gerald constructs a shack. Mr. Potato attacks Danny, but he manages to escape. Molly shoots a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Susie discovers a cave. Rebecca chases Mummy. Madame Gazelle practices his... Oops! I forgot to change it to her. Ah, well. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Peppa from District 1 and Mandy from District 8. We are down to 21 survivors, and again, no district is out of play. And yet again, the Queen is still somehow a part of the 21. Susie, Grandpa, the mom, Danny, and Zoe sleep in shifts. The dad begs for Pandora to kill him. She refuses, keeping the dad alive. Candy thinks about winning. Peggy and Madame Gazelle sleep in shifts. Granny starts a fire. Mr. Potato, Emily, Rebecca, and the Queen form a suicide pact, killing themselves. There we go. The natural order of things has been restored. I am so sorry to anybody in the UK watching. I do not mean to offend, but I just like dark humor. Forgive me. George loses sight of where he is. Freddie, Molly, Belinda, Pedro, and Gerald sleep in shifts. All right. Gerald silently snaps the mom's neck. Damn. Freddie runs away from Pandora. George, Mademoiselle, Danny, and Belinda form a suicide pact, killing themselves. No! I liked you, George, but I guess you are also a tiny kid, so would make sense. Peggy injures herself. Candy, Zoe, Danny, and Molly hunt for other tributes. Pedro scares Grandpa off. Granny hunts for other tributes. Susie dies trying to escape the arena. 10 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Mr. Potato from District 11, Emily from District 7, Rebecca from District 5, the Queen from District 12, Molly from the mom from District 2, George from District 1, Mademoiselle from District 11, Danny from District 7. So I yet again lose. Belinda from District 9 and Susie from District 4. Damn, it couldn't even be Susie, so we could get the funny meme character. Anyways, a lot of deaths. Districts 1, 7, 11, and 12 are completely out. And we are down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 survivors left standing. We have 11 survivors, so we're just barely over halfway done. 11 survivors. Freddie quietly hums. Zoe receives medical advice from an unknown sponsor. Granny, Peggy, and Gerald discuss the games what might happen in the morning. Kenny looks at the night sky. The dad starts a fire. Pedro sets an explosive, killing Pandora. Grandpa and Molly talk about the tribute still alive. Alright, so we're up to the top 10. The grandpa travels to higher ground. Candy searches for a water source. Granny collects food from a tree. Freddy kills Pedro with his own weapon. Top 9. Oh, not just 9 survivors. Not top. Joe camouflages himself in the bushes. Molly and Zoe hunt for other tributes. Daddy and Peggy hunt for other tributes. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Pandora from District 10 and Pedro from District 5. We look at everyone's status. Districts 1, 5, 7, 11, and 12 are completely out of play. And we are down to the top 9 survivors. Gerald fends Molly, Peggy, and Freddy away from his fire. Granny climbs a tree to rest. Grandpa quietly hums. Candy passes out from exhaustion. Zoe tries to treat her infection, and the dad questions his sanity. The cornucopia is a pledge of food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from tributes' families. Gerald stuffs a bundle of dried clothing into a backpack before sprinting away. Peggy takes a staff leaning against the cornucopia. Zoe decides not to go to the feast. Grandpa severely injures Freddy and leaves him to die. The dad and Candy decide not to go to the feast as Molly severely slices Granny with a sword. The grandpa is pricked by thorns of picking berries. Gerald and Peggy track down and kill Candy. Molly makes a slingshot. Zoe injures herself, and the dad constructs a shack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're down to 6 survivors. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Freddy from District 6, Granny from District 3, and Candy from District 8. We see everyone's status. Districts 1, 5, 7, 8, 11, and 12 are completely out, and we are down to the top 6 survivors. 6 survivors. I need to stop putting top because it's just survivors. Grandpa and Daddy tell stories about themselves to each other. Gerald shoots an arrow into Zoe's head. Peggy lets Molly into a shelter. So 5 survivors. The dad receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Peggy, Molly, and Grandpa starts fighting, but Molly runs away as Peggy kills the grandpa. Damn, so the dad is the longest surviving member of the group. Gerald goes hunting. Also, justice for this dad. I get needing to work off some weight, but you don't need to make the password his big fucking stomach. His kids would keep roasting the shit out of him. Anyways, we are down to 4 survivors, as Zoe from District 4 and Grandpa from District 3 have died. And with that, Districts 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 11, and 12 are completely out of play. Proceed. The dad set an explosive off killing Gerald and Molly, and Peggy accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. The dad wins? Damn, the dad finally won something. I was close to rooting for him, too. Should have stuck to my guts. Whatever. But yeah. Here are the placements. In 24th, Mr. Bull. In 23rd, the worst member of the pig family is the MC, Peppa Pig. In 22nd, Mandy Mouse. In 21st, Mr. Potato. In 20th, Emily Elephant. In 19th, Rebecca Rabbit. In 18th, with 1 kill, Queen Elizabeth II, rest in peace. In 17th, Mummy Pig. In 16th, George Pig. In 15th, Gigi Gazelle. In 14th, Danny Dog. In 13th, with 1 kill, Belinda Bear. In 12th, Susie Sheep. In 11th, Pandora Panda. In 10th, with 1 kill, Pedro Pony. In 9th, with 1 kill, Freddy Fox. In 8th, Granny Pig. In 7th, Candy Cat. In 6th, Zoe Zebra. In 5th, with 1 kill, Grandpa Pig. These names are so fucking dumb. In 4th, with 3 kills, Gerald Giraffe. In 3rd, with 2 kills, Molly the Mole. In 2nd, with 2 kills, Peggy Panda. And the winner with 2 kills is the dad. Here it is, a little shorter than average. District placements: in 12th, 12, in 11th, 1, in 10th, 11, in 9th, 7, in 8th, 5, in 7th, 8, in 6th, 4, in 5th, 3, in 4th, 6, in 3rd, 9, in 2nd, 10, and in 1st, 2. There you have it, folks. That's going to conclude it for the Peppa Pig Hunger Games Simulator. Thanks once again to Stephanie Chessions on YouTube for suggesting this. And in the next video, we are doing Banjo-Kazooie characters. So stay tuned for that. But until that time happens, the name is Boo Fang, and I bid you all a good West Fishing lesson, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.